Next up to the stage, you've been hearing him playing the hip-hop, playing the salsa, playing the reggae, playing all of the music for the San Diego Tijuana Revolutionary Poets Brigade, but now you're going to get to hear from none other than DJ GillSotu. Ladies and gentlemen, talk about it, Gill.
Thank all four of you. I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting to spit tonight, but I have a poem I have to practice anyway, and it kind of fits with what's going on. It's some new-ish, and it's interesting because the gentleman here, he's not here anymore. He was talking about people who were refugees because of climate change, and I was doing some research on a poem that I was doing based off of the 90s. This Saturday we're having a big event talking about using poets, dancers, singers, comedians, talking about the breakthroughs that happened in the 90s that we still either enjoy today or that are still a detriment to us today. So I needed to do some research about the 90s, and you know, I lived through the 90s. The 90s was my heyday, so there wasn't that many surprises, and then something hit me in my research, and I only found it on a few different places. It wasn't really that popular on any of the timelines, and so I wrote this poem about this. So here we go. Lately, while I'm diligently handling my business on the toilet, that's a great way to start a poem, right? I know, thank me later. All right, here we go. Lately, while I'm diligently handling my business on the toilet, my 1-year-old daughter manages to slowly push the door open and waddles in. Gianna and her pacifier make her way across the cold tile, and without a word, she lays her tiny head against my thigh. Simultaneously, I have strong feelings of this really needs to stop. I mean, I'm pooping here. And I really want these moments to never end. This, ladies and gentlemen, is how I feel about the 90s. See, I first fell in love with her music. Notorious Big, Redman, Lauryn Hill, Snoop and Dre, Nirvana, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Boyz II Men, Belle Biv DeVoe, and anything Teddy Riley. Yep, you get my gist. Then I fell in love with her dances, The Kid and Play, The Vogue, The Running Man, Electric Slide, Tootsie Roll, The Butterfly, you get my gist. I fell in love with her clothes, baggy, colorful, sometimes worn backwards, sometimes with the tag still hanging on, sometimes airbrushed with your boo, or the dead, or your crew, you get my gist. We were hip-hop and grunge, we were sweaty and loud, and the worst thing we had to worry about was our president was catching him with his pants down. See, our breakthrough was our originality, the ability to respect someone's abundant differences. I never wanted these moments to end, but then, stop. 1991, the Gulf War begins. Stop. 1991, the poster children for police brutality gets away with beating Rodney King on the freeway, and it's caught on tape, and LA responds by showing the city how much it hurt. Stop. 95, OJ and the OKC bombings are the only thing on people's minds, but in the meantime, 750 people die in a heat wave in Southside Chicago. The block was hot and looked like death, but no one paid attention to the humidity dripping from their breath because the majority of victims were old, black, and broke. 750. That is 3 times more than the deaths of Columbine, the OJ murders, OKC, and the 93 World Trade Center bombings combined. You know, the stuff that actually made the headlines. No death is worse than another, but goddamn, 750 Americans die in the state that I was born in, and I don't hear a thing about it. Doesn't make most 90s U.S. history timelines. Old, black, and broke. Just one of those things will get you ignored in America, 90s or now. 2, and I wouldn't want to be you. If you are guilty of all 3, well, if I'm being honest, that will someday soon be me. And my heart breaks, and my pulse quickens, because I wasn't even able to give them their moment of silence, their proper prayer. Every year it grows hotter in California when I am living in the dusk of my life, when I can no longer entertain, no longer work or teach. Will we go back to 90s thinking? Will my country see my value? Will I be worth decent AC for a week? Big question. When I can no longer carry monetary value, who will truly care for me? I know some of you, black or not, might be wondering the same thing. So yes, Gianna, baby girl, come rest your tiny head on my thigh while I'm pooping. I will treasure and hold tightly to all of those sweet and stinky moments that you needed me. And I'd appreciate it when the reverse is true, that you never, ever let me go.